Meanwhile, One America's John Hines caught up with the lawyer representing that witness and has this report from Washington.
An American businessman who worked for years undercover as an FBI witness was blocked by the Obama Justice Department from telling Congress about information he had relating to the Russian nuclear industry's efforts to win favor with the Clintons and the Obama administration, according to his lawyer.
This matter really started in 2009 when my client was under contract to Russian entities in the nuclear energy business. And all of a sudden, they started asking him to take part of his salary and make bribes to other people. He didn't like the notion of that, and so he went to the FBI. My client started working for the FBI. They had him sign what's called an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement.
A non-disclosure agreement, says Victoria Tonsing, a founding partner of the DeGeneva and Tonsing law firm. The investigation centered on a Russian uranium company that bought a Canadian uranium company that had previously bought an American uranium company amidst allegations of corruption. And after 5 years of paying bribes from personal funds as part of an investigation, Tonsing's client wanted to be reimbursed.
So he filed a civil lawsuit, and he was threatened through his then lawyer by the Loretta Lynch Justice Department that he would be in violation of the NDA. He could be prosecuted for that. He would lose his reputation and liberty, is what they told his lawyer. It was a lawsuit that outlined all the bribery and corruption that went on during the time period that he was working undercover.
And right now, says Tonsing, in response to a request from Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley, Attorney General Jeff Sessions and the Justice Department are at a crucial crossroads that involves a constitutional question.
Chairman Grassley sent me a letter and said that the Senate Judiciary Committee wants to interview my client. Now, there's that NDA that the executive branch told my client he can't violate. But there's a separation of powers issue here. The executive cannot tell somebody not to give information to the legislature. So there's a constitutional, crucial joining of issues right here that Senator Grassley has put the Attorney General in.
A constitutional question allowing a witness and testimony that could bring forth information potentially implicating a former president, says Tonsing.
By October 2010, higher-ups in law enforcement in the Obama administration knew that there was corruption in these very companies. And these very companies were asking the U.S. government to bless their purchasing uranium-1, which was a Canadian company, but it owned 20% of American uranium potential. And over a year after this investigation had started, and the FBI was telling my client that they were briefing the president on it, the CFIUS, the U.S. government's agency that makes these decisions, approved the purchase of the Canadian company to the corrupt Russians.
But according to Tonsing, these briefings also would have likely included others, such as then-Director of the FBI, Robert Mueller, who, irony of ironies, is now conducting an investigation into an alleged Russian connection with President Trump.
I was at the Justice Department. I know some cases are run-of-the-mill, but cases like this, they rise to the top. Well, who was running the FBI during this time period? None other than Robert Mueller, who is, oh, let me see, I think he's running a Russian collusion case now, but not against Hillary. He's running it against Donald Trump.
A Russian collusion investigation not against Hillary Clinton, but against Donald Trump, says Tonsing. Even though Hillary Clinton sat on the Committee on Foreign Investments in the United States, CFIUS, which had to approve the uranium sale.
How is Hillary Clinton involved in this? She is Secretary of State. She sits on CFIUS, the board that blessed the purchase of uranium-1.
Some of this information has been public for some time. What's new and very significant is the fact that now it appears there may be a witness, up to now kept silent by the Obama Justice Department, who can name names and dates and connect the dots to potentially include former President Obama himself and a former director of the FBI. John Hines, One America News, Washington.